But the problem is due to all the misinformation and conflict of interest that exists in the industry, this is why people behave like that. So we've touched on one of them already, which is pretty obvious. What a professional trader actually does. You'll get tons of people in the industry who have got the conflict of interest showing you or trying to convince you that professional traders approach the markets in a particular way when they actually don't. And that person who's telling you that has never been a professional trader. So how would they know? There's a lot of misinformation, and the misinformation is due to a conflict of interest. So what is the difference? What are the approach differences? So hedge fund manager, investment bank, professional trader with a positive selection portfolio. Long-short portfolio, 1 to 3 months. Retail trader, the approach is typically directional day trading around binary situations. What's the approach to risk? Diversity and risk management. The job of the hedge fund manager and even the guy at the investment bank in the prop trading function, their job first and foremost is to protect that money and then seek to grow it. So by first protecting it, what's required? Real diversity and proper risk management. All you'll hear talked about on a desk at an investment bank or at a hedge fund is the risk. What's the risk here? Are you on top of your risk? What can we make or lose in one day? With the retail trader, risk is extremely concentrated. So concentrated, when a professional trader looks at a retail trader's trading book, they can't understand why somebody would only have 2 or 3 or 4 positions. It's lunacy. They look at it and they just can't understand why. So someone might be long the S&P 500, might have a long euro US dollar position and short a dollar yen position. But also you've got no diversity. You're just going to be up or down on the day, and your book is out of control. You can't control what's going to happen. So professional traders will just never, ever do that. What's the approach to return? Professional traders are seeking long-term consistent returns. We know that because the objective of the hedge fund manager is to get AUM, assets under management. No one's going to invest in the hedge fund or that trader if they're up 10% one month, down 10% the next month, and they just never make money. You want consistent returns, smoothed over time, which show a strong track record, and behavior in good times and bad times in the portfolio, where people recognize you do the right thing in good and bad times. So you show good behavior in your track record. So when you make money, you know you're making money and you increase your risk. And when you lose money, you do the right things to reduce risk. And if you show that over a number of years with smooth returns, you're going to have a much easier job pitching somebody for 100 million to invest in your hedge fund than if you're just all over the place. Retail trader, polar opposite. A good month, up massively. A bad month, loses all their money. Or half the money. What's the outcome? For the professional trader, it's all about capital preservation and growth. Sell the fund or get higher fees or bigger bonuses. 2% on 5 billion is a lot of money. What's the outcome for a retail trader? Just capital destruction. Assets go to zero. Try again next year. Professional trader, What's the approach to income? Ensure your minimum standard of living by making sure you have a basic salary. Retail trader, working full or part-time in a normal day job, but they trade for extra income. Which means if you open your account with $100,000, even if you're good, in 10 years' time, you'll still have $100,000 because you're taking a salary. In terms of growth, professional traders will add when winning and reduce risk when losing. What happens to the retail trader? Take income when winning and seek risk when losing. So taking more risk. What's the result? Hedge fund managers will grow their assets under management. Retail trader, trading account goes to zero. Outcome, the same as before. So here's the differences on one page. Expectations management. All professional traders aim to get rich slowly. Compound returns. All professional traders seek consistent, smoothed, risk-adjusted returns compounded. So let's do a bit of compound math. If you open a trading account with £10,000 in year one, and you use that £10,000 to enable you to take £40,000 worth of exposure. If you get a 25% return each year, so call it 2% a month on average, smoothed over time, there will be months where you lose, but if you make an average of 2% a month, in what year does your account become $1 million? Anyone know? Has anyone ever done it in a spreadsheet? Worked it out? The eighth wonder of the world, compounding. Einstein did actually call it the eighth wonder of the world. It's about 2/3 of the way through year 7. So you can grow £10,000 at 2% a month on average to over $1 million by the end of year 7. If you just keep reinvesting and never taking an income. But one thing's guaranteed, if you take an income of £2,000 a month, you'll still be at 10. Or you'll be at 0. So you've got two choices. You either do it that way, the professional trader way, the real way, or you do it the retail trader way and just never, ever, ever become wealthier. I don't think we need to go over this one again. No income from trading. Retail traders want to take income. Professional traders don't. They ensure their basic salaries. So they make sure they get their minimum living standards from making a basic salary. So to recap, and we know what the differences are, the majority of retail traders just lose money because they do the opposite of what all successful professional traders do in all ways. Approach, risk, income, everything. Everything's the opposite.